Alrighty, here we go. We've got four deals today that we're sharing from across Texas. Well, actually, we're only sharing three of them today because one of them sold like a minute after I posted the email. So anyway, uh, here we go. We've got the deals that are on today's list are interesting because they're not like the typical ones that I would usually send where you're going to have a quadplex and it's going to be all the units are occupied and it has management in place. These ones I think are for maybe somebody looking for deal number like four or number five, maybe somebody looking to offset high W-2 income via the tax loophole, those types of things. So the very first one on the distribution that went out today is this turnkey 2024 build infill development style duplex there in Dallas. It's in South Dallas. The asking is actually 730. I think we can get it closer to 700, maybe even 685. But it's a sweet looking house, duplex rather. Both units are already occupied. And when we're looking at these properties, again, we're looking for four main criteria: asset quality, neighborhood quality, cash flow, and then a vacancy. We want to make sure that we're buying high quality assets. We want to make sure that we're buying in good locations. We want to make sure that they are cash flow positive, as is today with the current financials. And we also want to make sure that you're not going to have a lot of vacancy if these units do turn over, or if it's a short-term rental. Obviously, you want really high occupancy, i.e., low vacancy. So this is a new construction, so asset quality is high. Location quality, I'd probably call it something like a B minus. Here you can see it right there in the email list. B minus in terms of quality, just because there's so much infill development around this location. So this deal I think is great in terms of a long-term buy and hold play. It's a unique opportunity in that you don't really have opportunity to spend $700,000 on a duplex and have it be cash flow positive immediately upon close and in Dallas proper. So it has a couple of really unique points that I liked, which is why I included it on today's distribution. Going on to number two, this one I actually pushed yesterday, but I made it a private post because I assumed there's going to be more aggressive traction on it. And it's in Katy ISD. Katy is a suburb to the far west side of Houston, and it's really desirable for tenants just because of the downtown or the school ratings. So typically, when you get tenants in place, they'll stay there for a long time, especially if they have school aged kids. So this one is interesting in terms of a really, really low vacancy rate location, highly desirable for your tenant base. This one is an 82 build, so not super new. I'd probably give that neighborhood quality or the asset quality a B. Neighborhood quality also sitting there at a B. This one is cool because both units are already occupied, which we love, as you guys know. So this is one that I think would really do well for an out-of-state investor, an overseas investor, somebody who's looking to align with strong just fundamentals of real estate, being that you want to buy in good locations with low crime rates and highly rated schools. They don't want the management complexity of taking on a renovation project or having to manage a lease up right from the get-go. So this is turnkey, good quality location, low crime ratings, highly rated schools. It has obviously low vacancy, it's fully occupied, and it's cash flow positive on day one. So that's another interesting deal that I was really liking that was included today. And then the last one that's here that we're going to go over today is this quadplex in San Antonio, and it's exceeding the 1% rule when it's fully occupied. So a lot of these quads, when you see them sell, common strategy is to go ahead and have three of the four units filled before you go ahead and go live. That way an owner occupant or a house hacker can still purchase, they can move into the unit, and they could use low down payment financing strategies like a VA loan, or a low down payment conventional loan or an FHA loan, something where they are going to occupy one unit and then lease out the others. So this one already has three of the four units leased out. When it's fully occupied, it'll pull in 4150. So if you're considering this from a long-term rental perspective and you just want a traditional rental, you've got a 2008 build, which for this part of San Antonio is actually really new. You don't get a lot of stuff in San Antonio, quadplexes in particular, that are hitting at or above a 1% ratio that aren't like duct taped together and it's like somebody turned a bedroom and they threw like a hot plate in there and called it another apartment. You see that all the time in the San Antonio market. So this is a true proper quadplex selling at 400,000. 3 of the 4 units are already occupied, and that 4th unit could be leased out for about $1,000 a month. So this is going to be cash flow positive. It has great numbers. It's 7.5 cap. This is like a true 7.5 cap after all expenses, taxes, insurance, and vacancy and management, all of those things. So those are the 3 that we have today. As always, definitely check out the Texas Deal List. Subscribe to it. The email list gets first shot at all of the deals that I post after they hit the email list. Then they go ahead and they go on to the website. Here's everything that you can obviously see on the website. That this will be trailing about 30 days of inventory right here on the website. And then after they hit the website, then they go out across the social channels. But if you want first shot at anything really good, all the really good stuff tends to sell within a couple of hours of me hitting send on that email distribution. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for checking it out. And we'll be back on it tomorrow.